welcome back. You're tuned to Simple Scares FM 82. You've all heard the old tale of Chicken Little, right? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. A silly story about silly barnyard animals, panic and gullibility. But sometimes stories reflect more to life than we are willing to admit. Tonight's story is about believers, faith, and a date circled on the calendar. It's called the Day of Rupture. At first, it started small. A cluster of congregants on online spaces, maybe 24 at most, men, women, young and old, a movement slowly growing, drawn together over months, in drafty church halls to lively living rooms, to listen to various online pastors and prophets speak of prophecies and signs and a date they soon all had circled in red on their calendars. The speakers were smooth talkers, silver-tongued and smiling, fox-like, some would say, quoting scripture and spinning prophecies. And the listeners, no, the flock, hungry, frustrated, and devout. Soon there were sermons about preparing and cleansing their vessels, their bodies, for that special holy departure. And so came the push to purchase the salvation salve. It was sold on late-night streams and traded in forms where fringe cures like raw milk, miracle oils, detox tonics already thrived. The salve sold in tiny jars, the ticket to purity and the key to heaven. And as the day drew closer, the flock mobilized, giving away their homes, their cars, and even emptying their savings. They were getting rid of everything for the day they called the ascending. And when the day came, they filled the pews and halls, the barns and basements. They prayed and sang, arms raised, voices shaking with joy, certain they would feel the lift of angels. But when the hour struck, no one rose, and as their voices swelled and their anticipation mounted, no one rose. Soon came the mass visions of pulsing lights and the sensations of swelling refrains, but no one rose. And then, just like that started, one by one, two by two, their voices broke, their bodies seized. Some collapsed in the aisles, some stumbled outside, and others convulsed in the parking lots. No one rose. As tiny capillaries in their eyes, ears, and noses burst and snapped, their skulls becoming prisms filled with pressure until they all simply broke. No one rose. As crimson tears streaking their cheeks, blood running from their eyes, ears, and noses. No one rose, and in the places where they gathered, it echoed with horrific screams and writhing seizure, and then the deafening silence. Still, no one rose. All across the country, the scattered groups all suffered the same horrifying fate, almost in unison, because the sky that day didn't open. Instead, their bodies broke. Officials called it a mass poisoning, though the details really never made the evening news. But if you dig deep enough, you'll find whispers. The jars, they say, weren't blessed at all. In fact, they were tainted with a deadly chemical, something very close to brodifacoum, the notorious rat poison. Deadly in silence and harmless at first, but after weeks and months of steady use and eating away at the brain's blood vessels, just one microscopic tear, and the brain becomes flooded with blood, and the preachers, gone. The forums, scrubbed. Only eerie fragments remain, Video clips of half-sung hymns and prayers cut off mid-breath. And maybe that's the real horror of the parable. No, it's not about the sky falling. It's about what happens when we blindly follow the fox into the dark. So if anyone ever promises you salvation in a jar, remember the gatherings. Because the faithful didn't ascend, they all ruptured. This has been Simple Scares FM 82, where the night always has something unexpected in store. Sleep light